We'd like to invite you to watch English news on the Central Television channel of Đồng Nai Province. Continuing the program of the 8th session of the 15th National Assembly, October 23rd, under the chairmanship of National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn, the National Assembly listened to the presentation and review report on the policy of adjusting the national land use planning for the period 2021-2030 with a vision to 2050. According to the government's submission, after 3 years of implementing the National Land Use Plan, it has brought about positive results, meeting the goals of socio-economic development, ensuring national defense and security. However, due to practical requirements and based on the provisions of the law on planning, it is necessary to adjust this plan. The government submitted to the National Assembly to address the National Land Use Plan with 8 land use indicators including agricultural land group, including rice land, special use forest land, protected forest land, production forest land, which is natural forest, and non-agricultural land group, including national defense land and security land. Here, the National Assembly is submitted to consider the policy of adjusting the National Land Use Plan, not to submit to the National Assembly for approval of the National Land Use Plan. Examining this content, the Economic Committee agreed on the need to adjust the National Land Use Plan and requested the government to assess the impact of the policy on the implementation of land use indicators, continue to review and clarify the reasons for the proposed adjustment of indicators to ensure they are close to practical needs. In addition, it is necessary to clarify the impacts of the Land Use Planning Adjustment Plan on the urbanization process and infrastructure development and local land use needs. October 23rd, at the Provincial Party Committee office, the leaders of Đồng Nai Province received a working delegation from Pinar del Rio Province, led by Ms. Yamir Ramos Cordero, First Secretary of the province. Comrade Nguyễn Hồng Lĩnh, Secretary of Đồng Nai Provincial Party Committee, received and worked with the delegation. At the reception, Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee Nguyễn Hồng Lĩnh expressed his pleasure to welcome the delegation to visit and work in Đồng Nai Province. Mr. Nguyễn Hồng Lĩnh also shared with the delegation about the development of the province in many fields. 2025 is the year to celebrate the 65th anniversary of Vietnam-Cuba friendship and cooperation. The connection and cooperation between Đồng Nai and Pinar del Rio Province will contribute to enriching and deepening the Vietnam-Cuba relationship. On behalf of the delegation, Ms. Cordero expressed her gratitude for the assistance of the party, state, and people of Vietnam to Cuba during difficult times. Regarding Đồng Nai, the provincial delegation visited Pinar del Rio Province 5 years ago. Since then, the two sides have had discussions to strengthen cooperation. During the delegation's visit, Mr. Nguyễn Hồng Lĩnh and Ms. Cordero signed a cooperation agreement between the two provinces in many fields. The Standing Committee of the Đồng Nai Provincial Labour Federation is developing a plan to organize the online program Trade Union Trade Market 2025. The program Trade Union Trade Market 2025 is part of the plan of the Presidium of the Vietnam General Confederation of Labor. The program includes the following specific contents. Trade union members and employees purchase goods and consumer products on the two official websites of the program organized by the General Confederation with the participation of units, organizations, and enterprises. Time of organization is from 0 a.m. on December 20th, 2024 to 0 p.m. on January 20th, 2025. Participants include trade union members and employees working in agencies, units, and enterprises in Đồng Nai Province. The support conditions are that trade union members have excellent achievements in labor, production, and participation in trade union activities. Trade union members are in difficult circumstances and have low income. Leaders of China, India, and several other heads of state from BRICS member countries discussed a range of issues with Russian President Vladimir Putin on October 23rd. The conference took place in the Russian city of Kazan, within the framework of the BRICS Summit series, which is expected to end today. The Russian president opened the BRICS summit by saying more than 30 countries had expressed interest in joining the group, but that it was important to strike a balance in any expansion. It would be a mistake to ignore the unprecedented interest of the countries of the Global South and the Eastern Hemisphere in strengthening contacts with BRICS. At the same time, it is necessary to ensure that the balance is maintained and prevent BRICS from losing its effectiveness. The Russian president also said a multipolar world order was being formed. The process of forming a multipolar world order is ongoing. It is a dynamic and irreversible process, he said. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken on October 23rd called for a halt to fighting between Israel and the militant groups Hamas and Hezbollah. Mr. Blinken said it was time for Israel to capitalize on its success in destroying much of Hamas' capabilities in Gaza and the death of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar to achieve a lasting solution to the conflict. Now is the time to turn their successes into sustainable, strategic successes, he said. The focus needs to be on getting the hostages home, ending this war, and having a clear plan for what comes next. Mr. Blinken also urged Israel to avoid further escalation in its response to Iran's missile attack on October 1st. You've just watched English news on the Essential Television channel of the Night Province. Thank you for joining us, and goodbye.